Welcome, Baba fans. Okay, so what we've done, as you can see here, usually about a week before you buy the bread, you put it in the oven. Do that just because that's a place where you're not going to get bugs and junk on it. So you dry it out, and then after a couple of days, you cut it up. Thank you. Then you cut it up, so it takes a couple of pans. So then also you buy, so there's 6 big loaves of bread. So it's the, and it's called the big loaf. It's Franz, but if you have smaller loaves, then do at least 7. So 6 or 7 loaves, large loaves. And then it takes 5 pounds of bacon. So usually go through and find good cuts of bacon. And so with lots of meat on it, but you still want some of the fat in there because that also gives it the flavor. So it's 5 pounds of bacon. And so we cut these all up, and we usually do this either the night before or the earlier in the day so that it's all cut up. And then you do 3 pounds of ham. Usually you buy 4 pounds of ham. And the reason you want to get 4 pounds is because people eat it. So usually get 3 to 4 pounds. There's more of the bacon. So then once this process starts, so this is all kind of prep work beforehand. And then you go with 6 dozen eggs, depending on what you want to, how you want the taste. I usually go just a little bit more, maybe like 6.5 to 7 dozen eggs, but 6 dozen eggs is usually it. So it's usually 6 loaves of bread, 6 dozen eggs, 5 pounds of bacon, 3 pounds of ham. And there again, you can add a little bit of extra. It just adds to the flavor and gives you more baba. And then once you do that, you have the bread in the pan. Then you start with the mix master and you do 3.5 dozen eggs. And then you add 1 cup of milk, a pinch of sugar, a pinch of salt, a pinch of butter or pepper. And then that's what I said, sugar, salt, pepper. And then you mix it all up. And you put it in, and then this is and lecithin, if you have it,
which we never have.
And brewer's yeast. That's what Grandpa used to put in,
We never use any of that.
but I haven't used it in years.
Oh, I should have got some.
Should have got some, but never did. Okay, and one thing with the gishing is the point is not to make it so much that you don't recognize the bread or the individual. So you don't want to squish it too much. You just want to get it all the way through. So before you go any more, let's add some more bread. And we have to start adding the bacon and the ham. And you just keep adding it until you've gotten all the bacon, the ham, and all the bread and all the eggs in there. And then over on this step, she is making the dough. And so what we use the dough for is we line the pans with this. And it's just thin dough, very thin. And then you line the pans with it. And over there we see the process of you want to butter the pans, otherwise the baba will stick and it'll burn to it. So you just rub around the butter. You want to butter them really well all the way around. You might have to use your hands. The process of the baba is make a mess and have fun with it. So get all of these all buttered up. So once we do the dough, the thin, you lay it in there and then you fill that up. It will raise a little bit, so you don't want to go over the top of the pan. And then you take and you put foil on it, put it in the oven, which now we have to preheat. So usually the oven, yes, please, more bread, and start adding. We need to add the bacon and the ham. Say yes, chef. I couldn't resist. I've watched too much Hallmark. Anyway, the oven I start off with at about 350, 325. I don't know. It all had to do with midnight mass. So that's what I remember is the temperatures. So start off about 350 for about an hour. Then I turn it down to probably about 300, 275 for about another hour. And then you watch it. So after the first hour, you pull the foil off because you cover the top of it, otherwise it'll burn. So you cover the top of it for the first hour, and then you let it brown up the second hour. And you can watch it in there, and you can see it kind of the sides start to kind of pull in as it cooks and it raises, and then you can see it bubbling, so you know it's cooked. What I started doing a few years ago is then I will take my temperature gauge and shove it in one of them just to see what the internal temperature is, just to make sure that, you know, we get it up to the right temperature, so we're not creating any bad baba. So right temperature, one of the things is you want to go over one's internal temperature of 165. On here, if you can see it, it talks about the different temperatures. Poultry, 165 is, that makes it safe to make sure everything's cooked. So this, I never used to use this. I figured, hey, I had it in there long enough. It's cooking, but it's like, you know, I got it, might as well use it. So right now, let's see, let's see, it's 81 degrees in here. 82, so you can hold it and you can see. This works really nice, really slick, and it just takes a second. So yeah, you want to get it up to at least 165. Usually after a couple hours at that temperature, it's up there, so we don't have to worry about it. So right now they're still putting the eggs in. We need to add some more. Hannah, you need to add some more of the ham and more of the bacon. So with this, unfortunately, with the Gishers, they have to go in and they have to break this up.
I guess I could help you, Dad.
There you go.
You want to help Daddy?
Break that up.
Do they have all the bread? Yeah.
All the bread's in? No. So are we ready for more egg yet?
Okay,
So I touched the bacon. Got to wash my hands. Okay. So it's kind of a big flurry of activities as all the things come in. You know, many hands make light work, and many hands also kind of just, it adds to the chaos, which makes it enjoyable. So, yeah, so as they're doing all these various aspects of it, it comes down to, we can't, once they finish gishing, they don't have to go that fast because we're kind of limited until we can get the dough rolled out and put on the pans. And so speaking of which, I need to reset the oven here because I have, when I did all the bread, I had these things adjusted. So we'll preheat the oven, lower oven, bake, and we'll make it 350. So we'll get that up to speed so that once we put the baba in, it starts going, and then we'll set the timer for an hour. Next, we also have to get the foil. We need to. Okay, we need to get the foil and get that ripped. Excuse me. So then I make little pieces, and then I usually use it to make like a tent on it of these to put over the top of the pans, because if you just lay it on there flat, a lot of times it'll stick to the top of it, and then when you pry it off, you pull the top of the baba off. So we'll rip up some of these because everybody is yes, we need more bacon. So like say, as you're adding this stuff in, you just add a little bit at a time so that it gets properly mixed, thoroughly mixed, I should say. Otherwise you get dry pockets in there, and then it's like, we've had to repair those in the past. And how you do that is you just crack some eggs, put some egg on it, add a little bit of milk if you have to, but at least then, and you just gish it together, and then add it to the rest of the mix. So, other than that,
Just dump the rest of this in there. Wait for
let's get the other eggs in there first.
the. Okay. Put the rest of it in here because I was gonna collect.
Yeah, no, that's good. So I guess there's no more eating the ham. Knew I should have got some more. God bless you.
Thank you.
So how's the dough coming?
Working on my first.
All right.
Don't rush the dough, please.
As you can see, so you get it nice and thin.
No worries. It happens. This is ingredient. This is rolling pin.
That's right. We retired Grandma Rosie's wooden rolling pin because you really had to work it with your muscles. So it's nice having the stone one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That guy's got the thing.
Okay, we need at least 9 pans.